Let me tell you something that most people won't say out loud about getting new nutrition clients. I spent my first year as a coach making $3,600 total. No, not per month, but for the entire year. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing everything wrong. But here's what changed, everything. My student Amy used 4 simple strategies and she got 9 new clients in just 6 weeks. Zach, he made $92,000 in his first year. And they didn't use Instagram ads, fancy websites, or any of that stuff everyone is telling you that you have to have when you get started. Hi, I'm Jennifer Brocksterman, and today I'm going to show you the anti-salesy way to get your first 10 nutrition clients using real relationships, not social media tricks. And if you want the complete system, check out my free Liftoff Nutrition Masterclass. Just click the first link down below. All right, now let's dive in. I get messages every week from coaches stuck in the exact same place. They tell me things like, I just don't know where to start, or, I'm new to the game, I'm just getting started. And they're paralyzed by all of the things they think they need to do first. They think they have to have the perfect website, professional photos, hundreds of Instagram followers, fancy meal planning software, and they're waiting to feel ready before they take on their first client. Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. You're never going to feel ready. Confidence comes from action, not preparation. So let's stop waiting for the perfect timing and start focusing on 4 key strategies that actually work so we can help you go get your first 10 nutrition clients. All right, so strategy 1 is one of the ones that most people resist, but it is one of the most effective. Start with people who already know you, like you, and trust you. This includes your friends and your family because they already see you as the health expert. You're the one that they ask about supplements, diets, whether something they saw on TikTok is legit. These people are your first potential clients, or at least your first referral sources. Here's how to do this without being weird about it. Start by being the healthy example. Share your own journey on social media. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be polished content, just real stuff. Maybe it's a photo of your grocery haul with a simple tip. Maybe it's a story about how you helped your own energy by changing, 1 or 2 simple habits. I tell my students to play what I call the role model game. Be the person that others want to learn from, not by being perfect, but by being real about your own process. Then have actual conversations. Text a friend who's mentioned wanting to eat healthier and say, hey, I'm taking on a few nutrition clients to build my practice. Would you be interested in chatting about it? Notice I didn't say slide into their DMs with a sales pitch. I said have a conversation. People buy from people that they trust, and your warm network, they already trust you. Strategy 2 is what I call the free nutrition assessment, and this is brilliant because it builds trust by giving value first. Here's how it works. You could offer to do something like a 5-day food and energy tracking assessment for someone, not to judge what they're eating, but to just help them see the patterns they might be missing. You're not looking at their food log thinking like, oh my gosh, you eat terribly, and now I have to tell my friend that. You're looking for things like, I noticed your energy crashes every afternoon around 2 p.m. and I can see that you're not eating a lot of protein at lunch. What if we tried this instead? This is what I like to call positive displacement in action. You're showing them what's holding them back, and you're positioning yourself as the solution to their specific problems, and especially by helping them add more good stuff in. So not generic problems, but their specific issues. By the end of the 5 days, you'll have a conversation about what you noticed and how you could help them if you wanted to work together. Some people will say yes immediately, others, might need some time to think about it, and some will say no, but they might actually refer their friends or family members later. The key is you've demonstrated your value before asking for anything in return. Now, this isn't about manipulation, this is about genuinely helping people to see what's possible. Speaking of systems that work, this assessment approach is exactly what I teach in my Liftoff Masterclass, along with some free scripts and frameworks to make it feel just really natural. Check out the first link below, and now I want to talk about what I like to call super connectors. All right, so strategy 3 is finding your super connectors, people who have access to your ideal clients. Think things like gym owners, personal trainers, yoga instructors, massage therapists, even hairdressers. These people talk to your ideal clients every day, and they're often chit-chatting or asked about nutrition. Here's how to approach these super connectors. Offer to do a lunch and learn or a mini workshop for their clients. Maybe it's like 5 ways to boost energy without more caffeine, or how to beat the 3 p.m. afternoon crash. You're not selling anything in that workshop. You're teaching, you're giving value, and you're positioning yourself as the expert. By the end, you can mention that you're taking on a few new nutrition clients, and people can chat with you afterwards if they're interested. This also works great for like local community engagement. Think, health food stores, community centers, libraries. They're always looking for educational programming. One of my students, she did a workshop called Stress Eating Solutions at her local library. 12 people showed up, 4 people booked discovery calls with her, and 2 became long-term clients. That's a 33% conversion rate from a free workshop. The key is to position yourself as an educator, not as a salesperson. You're there to help them learn, and some of those people are gonna want more help with their nutrition. Strategy 4 is using social proof strategically and having a simple follow-up system. Here's what I mean. Offer to help one person for free in exchange for a detailed testimonial and some feedback on your process. Document their journey, their wins, their transformation, and then use that story to go help the next person. One of my students, Zach, he did exactly this. He was a personal trainer with a nutrition educational background, but he had never successfully packaged his own nutrition coaching program. He helped his first client for free. He got an amazing testimonial and used that story to build confidence and credibility. 11 months later, he had earned $92,000 and more from nutrition coaching alone. Your first success story becomes the bridge to your next clients, and the next client story helps you get the next one after that. But here's the part most people mess up, the follow-up. If someone attends your workshop, downloads a free guide, or expresses interest, you need a simple system to stay in touch. Now, it doesn't have to be complicated. A simple email like a week later, hey, how did that energy tip, work for you? Simple as that, right? Often people just need to hear from you multiple times before they're ready to invest in themselves. I always like to tell my Prosper students, the fortune is in the follow-up, but make it about them, not about you. Before I wrap up, let me tell you the 4 biggest mistakes I see new coaches make when they're trying to get new nutrition clients. First, it's waiting until you feel like ready or expert enough. Honestly, you're never gonna feel all the way ready. Your first client doesn't need you to be perfect, they need you to be helpful. Better is better, forward is forward, right? Second is trying to help everyone instead of focusing on your unique niche. When you're trying to be sort of something for everyone, you're honestly compelling to no one. Pick one problem you solve for one type of person, and then just get really good at solving that nutrition problem. Third is overcomplicating your approach. You don't need a crazy fancy website or professional photos or 1,000 Instagram followers to go help your first client. You just need clarity on how you help the right people and have the confidence to have conversations about it. And fourth is being a little too salesy instead of just trying to be helpful. If you lead with value and genuine care for people's problems, the selling becomes like the next natural step, not something weird or uncomfortable that you feel like forced or compelled to do. All right, so you have 4 strategies that actually work and 4 mistakes we want to avoid. But I know some of you are thinking like, Jen, this sounds so great, but I would love the complete system. I need the scripts, the frameworks, the step-by-steps. Maybe you're still trying to feel ready. And that's exactly why I created my free Liftoff Masterclass. Inside this training, I'll show you a whole vault of my coaching tools, business systems, and the exact strategies I use with my own students who are making real money doing work that they love as a nutrition coach. You'll get some of my client onboarding systems, some pricing strategies, how to have more confident conversations that turn interested people into paying nutrition clients. You can see exactly how all of this fits together, from getting your first client to building a sustainable practice. Click that first link in the description below, and it's honestly completely free, so you can go start watching that right now and download all the resources. Listen, here's what I know about you if you've made it this far. I know that you genuinely care about helping people. You're not trying to, get rich quick or take advantage of everyone. You're just wanting to build something meaningful that makes a difference in this world. Like, I commend that. And the world really needs more coaches like you. People who lead with heart, who focus on real results, and who make nutrition feel approachable instead of overwhelming. Please know you don't have to be perfect to start helping people. You just need to be, one step ahead of the person that you're serving and willing to show up consistently. So start with one strategy that feels the most natural to you and take action this week, not someday. If this video helped you feel a little more confident about getting your first few clients, hit that subscribe button because I try to share real-world strategies for building a nutrition coaching business, without the sleazy salesy tactics. I'm Jen Brocksterman, and I will see you in the next one. Now, go help someone. Bye.